This is the story about a devil god trying to destroy the world, where, on the other hand, Li Susu, an immortal girl trying to save it. Apparently, 10,000 years ago, all the immortals were killed together with the devil god. But then all of a sudden, the devil god turned up out of nowhere, stronger and more powerful. This devil god has a mission of killing all the mortals. He was looking for the legendary divine mirror, which he found out was the only thing that could kill him. Li Susu heard that her father and uncle went to battle it out with the devil god. So she followed them and saw them almost crashed by the devil god. Devil god was too powerful for them. They couldn't do anything but to escape. Before Susu's father and her uncle and all the other sect member died, he sent her to 500 years back in time, when the devil god Tan Tai Jin was not devil, but only immortal. Her mission was to destroy his devil bone and then kill him. She was woken up in the mountains by her maid. Susu pretended that she had memory loss because of the fall. She does not know who she was. Her maid told her that she was Yi Shiwu, the daughter of General Yi. Later, she asked her maid that if she had heard of Tan Tai Jin. Her maid looked at her funnily and said that Shiwu was married to him. Susu could not believe how her mission was going to be so easy. So she went to see Tan Tai Jin face to face and saw his eyes. She knew it was him. So she starts looking for his devil bone. She must destroy his devil bone before she can kill him. Susu did feel a little guilty of watching Tan Tai Jin knelt on the snowy ground, but she told herself that he deserved it. But then she realized that at this point he was still just a weak mortal. It was the 4th day of Tan Tai Jin's punishment, and he really almost froze to death. Susu saw him collapse. She felt pity towards him but was also concerned that he will die before she could find his devil bone. If his devil bone is not destroyed, this would mean he could just reincarnate once again. So she took him to her room and warmed him up as much as she can. She told him to get dressed and rest up. But Tan Tai Jin was waiting for something to happen and told her to get it over with. Susu was confused, so she asked her maid about it, and find out that she beat him every night before she goes to bed. Susu was shocked at how cruel Shiwu was, but still, she did whip Tan Tai Jin a few times. Next morning, Susu also find out that everybody in this house treats him worse than a pig. Tan Tai Jin only talks to animal, because no one talks to him. Susu began to piece together the sad, miserable life of Tan Tai Jin. The reason why he is so unfeeling and indifferent is that he had no warmth in his life. Susu felt sorry for him. She became kinder. Later on, Tan Tai finally realized that he could absorb the power of evil and use it. Susu saves Tan Tai Jin from Crow's attack. So he asked, "Why save me? I thought you hated me." She blurted that she loves him. And they were both shocked. Then he asked if she really loved him, then she should teach him to cultivate. Shiwu and Tan Tai Jin went shopping in town. He realized that going walkabout in town is the best way to find a monster who he could suck power from. Later he disappeared from Shiwu and went to look for monsters. And he found one. Then he starts to suck on her power, but Shiwu saw him and told him that he could never change. He would always be a devil. So she stops him. Tan Tai Jin was a prince from another country. He was just a hostage in here. He find out that his father was dead, and his brother had the throne for himself, but he had other plans. So he ran away from here with his clan to his country, and kidnapped Shiwu to go with him. But on the way, Shiwu jumped off the boat. He ordered the guards to find her whether dead or alive. Later, Tan Tai Jin was betrayed by his clan, and his brother tried to kill him. So just like Shiwu, he also jumped off the ship. The drowning Susu was saved by an underwater witch, who created the world alluring jade from the divine bones of 10,000 immortals. The talking voice told Susu that whoever uses the power of the jade will have a short-lived life with the most violent death. As she walked by the seaside, she came upon a body who happened to be Tan Tai Jin. She hugged him and told him that he was not allowed to die. She looked after him. Susu accidentally dropped the world-alluring jade from her sleeve, which was immediately pounced on by a curious Tan Tai Jin. She told him about its power and what it can do to him or anyone who tries to use it. Tan Tai Jin returned the jade back to her. His brother's man found him and attacked him. In a process, Susu got injured and collapsed from protecting him. Tan Tai Jin used the jade and attacked his brother's man. When Susu came to, she found Tan Tai Jin almost collapsed again and realized that he had taken in the jade. She used her power to extract the jade from his body. In exchange of her one eye, Tan Iji returned to his kingdom Jing and immediately killed his brother. And he was proclaimed the new king. Later on, the war started between two kingdoms. But Tan Taijin was victorious in every battle. One day Tan Taijin found a sleeping dragon under the lake, which was a way to experience a life that happened 10,000 years ago, between Devil God and 12 other gods. Su went inside the sleeping dragon's dream, so Tan Taijin followed her. Within the dragon dream realm, Tan Taijin became Minji, the god of war. Su had become Sangjiu, the clam princess of Moi. Sangju fell in love with Minji when she saw him fighting with all his might. Later in a fight he got hurt, so she saved him. After that something happened and Sangju got married to Minji. But he didn't love her. He later told her that she was his wife in name only. But as time passes he couldn't help but be intrigued with Sangju. They had an Adam and Eve moment complete with the tree of immortality with apples. When he saw her on top of the tree, that was it for him. He can't keep away from her. He began seeking her out and even taught her archery and sword fighting. The major deities have gathered together. They wanted to put together a plan that would once and for all vanish the demon lord. Minji knew that it was a suicide mission. Later they both had misunderstanding. So he told her that she was free to go home and be with the one she truly loves. Sangju went looking for him. He was tearful as he told her that she does not matter to him, and she had been such a waste of his time. He made her hate him. Finally, Sangju agreed to go home. Tian Huan is a girl who is in love with Minji. She hates Sangju. So when Minji was meditating, Tian Huan wreaked her vengeance on the water people. It was a massacre, total annihilation. And Tian Huan personally killed the king. They then kidnap a lone survivor, Sangju's brother. Sangju was concerned that she cannot contact her brother via her pearl necklace. Very concerned, she flew to the palace and found everyone dead. She was beyond heartbroken when she saw her father dead near his throne. As she hugged him, a big pearl dropped from his hand. It was a CCTV pearl. It played a video of how Tian Huan relished giving orders to her soldiers to kill everybody. Later Sangju learned black magic and turned into demon witch. Minji found that Sangji had been to Shanqing Tower and had massacred everyone including Tian Huan. Later Minji and other gods fight with Devil God, but everybody died except Minji. Then he looked for Sangju and found that she was about to turn full demon. But he stopped her and told her that she still has a chance to turn back. She pointed her sword and he walked into it. He continued to embed himself in her sword so he could get near her. She finally pulled out the sword. He hugged her and told her that it was all his fault. He was such a shitty husband, he did not protect her. He was so tortured and sad she caught a tear from his eye. He told her that if she becomes a demon then they could be demons together. But Sangju slowly started to vanish, so he also died with her. After that they got out of the dream. And Su found out that she needed 3 things: the dream, a tear, and the love string. As she already had the first 2, all she needed was the string. So she started her campaign of making Tan Taijin fall in love with her. They both were totally different from before. Their feeling have grown and start caring more for each other. They both are in so much in love, as both spend their time together and long for each other. Su can feel love strings growing inside her. She already has 4 love strings, she needed 3 more. Then she can destroy his devil bone. But she has completely fallen in love with him. So she thought she doesn't need to use these strings on him, as long as he doesn't turn bad. But one day Shiwu learned that her grandma died, and she immediately thought that Tan Taijin had something to do with it. More than ever, she is determined to return to Jing and resume her mission of ending Tan Taijin. Shiwu was grieving for her grandmother and became ill. To soothe her, Tan Taijin said that whatever she wanted, she just had to tell him, and he will do it for her. She then whispered to him that she wanted to marry him and make her his queen. On the wedding night, she then proceeded to throw back the first 4 spikes directly into his heart. This really hurt. She said she hated him. Then she tried to finish him off with the last 3 spikes. Tan Taijin was incurable. He is terminal and would likely live not more than 3 years. 11 Wu's sister visits her in the dungeon and tell her that she is the one who killed their grandma. Shiwu realized that she did misunderstand Tan Taijin and felt guilty. She said to herself that she owed him in this lifetime. Tan Taijin was suffering from the spikes in his heart. He was often left writhing on the floor and spitting blood. His dead brother came back to attack the country, who was not so dead after all. While Tan Tai Jin was out stopping the attack from somewhere else, he captured 11 Wu and her sister and told him choose one of them. So Tan Tai Jin chose her sister, because he knew that as long as he and Shi Wu were wearing their couple bracelets, Shi Wu would not die. The sky warned of the coming thunder and lightning. Shi Wu realized that it was time. She had completed cultivating her divine essence. So she flew to the sky. Tan Tai Jin realized that she was leaving him, so he flew after her. The thunder and lightning were about to strike Shi Wu, but Tan Tai Jin covered her. Shi Wu told him to go, but he would not leave her. He said they are connected and he won't allow her to leave him. Shi Wu finally told him that she never liked him. How could she when he was her mission to kill? Because he will turn into the devil god who will destroy the 3 realms. She showed him her memory of immortal life. Shi Wu explained that she was an immortal sent to go back in time to kill Tan Tai Jin before he turned into the devil god. Shi Wu told him that she will not kill him, but will take out his devil bone, which she will replace with her divine essence. Tan Tai Jin refused the swap because he knew it will end Shi Wu's life. Susu was determined, so with all her might, she extracted the devil bone and gave him her divine essence. And she died. After some time, his loyal servant told him that there is a way to bring Shi Wu back to life. They can find her at the Ruo River, also known as the Nether River. They had just to find Shi Yu's life crystal. Tan Tai Jin did not waste time. He then started searching every inch of the toxic Nether River. For hundreds of years, he searched, not giving up even once. He became known as the crazy and hopeless romantic, rather pathetic man. Still, he searched. 500 years later, because of the divine essence given to him by Susu, Tan Tai Jin was able to survive the toxic Nether River. Susu was waking up from her meditation. However, she had not forgotten her time with Tan Tai Jin. She was happy to be back with her people, with her father. But she realized that she came back in a timeline with a different narrative. She was under a 10-year punishment rather than sent on a mission in the past. On the other hand, the demons in all 4 continents are on a rampage. They are busy searching for the demon fetus so they could revive their devil god. It's been 500 years since Tan Tai Jin started looking for Susu life crystal in Nether River. He was found near the river by a mortal sect master. So he took him to a mortal sect, asked him to become his disciple. But Tan Tai Jin wanted to go back to the river. Then his master told him Nether River open once in 500 years. So even if you go back you can't enter the river. Then he thought maybe he could find something here to bring back her from the dead. So he became new disciple and changed his name into Jiumin. Jiumin went to the library to do his research. He found a spell, the soul gathering spell. It was a forbidden demonic spell. He was so obsessed with her that he didn't know that he wants to resurrect in already there. They finally meet again. But Susu continued to deny that she was Shi Wu. Demons attack the sect to look for devil's god body and the seal. They find out that Jiumin's is the one they are looking for. Their devil god. They just have to collect all 4 seal into his body, and he will be awakened as a true devil god. He already has 1 seal inside him. Anyway, Jimin knew that the only real reason that Shi Wu refused to get together with him was because of his being the destined devil god. He found out that the devil god can only be vanquished if his devil bone is destroyed. Because he didn't want it to turn into devil god, he wanted to spend all his life with Susu. So he tried to find every possibility where he can stop himself from turning. But tragedy takes place and Susu's father and Jiumin master get killed by demons. And Jiumin get the blame, and everybody turn against him. He had no choice but to go to demon's sect, and he pretended to be their devil lord, because he knew he is the only one who can destroy himself. On the other hand, Susu didn't think he could do something like this. Tan Tai Jin set the initiating forces that would lead to his death as a sacrifice, so Susu could live a better happy life. Tan Tai Jin pretended all evil in front of Susu. He made Susu hate him. Tan Tai Jin sacrificed himself for mankind and for Susu's peace of mind. He knew that only his death will seal the all-distress array. This will ensure the safety of the 3 realms and 4 continents. He said goodbye to Susu, and then he flew into the all-distress array. He plucked his own devil bone from his chest and crumbled it into dust. Susu realized that Tan Tai Jin was never been under the control of the devil god. Susu hurried back to Tan Tai Jin. She knew it was too late, but they both loved one another and hoped to meet again in another lifetime. Tan Tai Jin put his heart-guarding scale on Susu, so she wouldn't die with him. She said she has so much to say. He told her to tell him in their next lifetime. After that he vanished into the sky. After 500 years they met again. Susu mentioned to him that they have a daughter, Ami. This is the end. Thank you for watching. If you like it little bit, please consider subscribing to watch more videos like this in the future.